Classy, bud. We got 3. Oren's got a 3. And we do not have Wansome beat, so I'm going to take him out. And
Unless maybe he's going to throw himself on the sword.
I don't know. I don't know. That would be pretty ruthless, wouldn't it? Okay, so here we go. Pickaxe Pete, you are up. You're first with a 21.
Well, seeing this, I don't know. I think I'm going to take the high ground up here, and then jump toward him and downswing with my pickaxe.
Sure. We'll even count that as a charge. So you can add a plus, what is it, a charge, a +1 to your attack, or is it +2? It'll be a +1 to your attack roll. So you can even add another +1 in the modifier box. As you climb over the bed, charge and leap forward towards the spirit. Oh my goodness. That is a heck of a roll. 18's a hit, and you got 5 stump points.
So I take the stunt points that actually kills this ghost.
That one's not on the list.
It says lethal blow.
Not seeing that
I can do a lethal blow on him.
You can do it, yeah. You get 5 stump points, so that's all 5. Do an extra 2d6 damage. So let's go ahead and roll your damage. So 9, and then add another 2d6. Do you get any kind of bonus for your damage?
Throw your strength in there.
Strength? Well, let's. It should add a.
That I did my 2d6 right away, though.
Okay, so that's your mighty blow damage. Okay, wow. So you do a total of 18 damage, Pickaxe Pete, and you swing with your battle axe. It causes this huge gash on his neck area, and after a couple of seconds, the wound just starts closing up and healing. And within a couple seconds, it looks like you've done nothing to him.
What kind of devilry is this?
Grab the sword! Grab the sword and use the sword of the greenhouse, and Ruben.
Ooh, Valos, you're up.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'll do. I'll try to grab the sword. I'll drop my short sword and lunge for the long sword, trying to use that.
And when you do that, Duty hisses as you grab the sword and.
Sorry, I need this.
Sorry, I need it.
So is there a contest, or is this a...
No, you grab it because it's your initiative. So, but it looks like Duty went to try to grab it, but your initiative, you got there first. You were able to grab it. So,
sweet.
Yeah.
So with that, I'll try to clumsily swing it. So I'm not as good with a long sword as a short sword, but I'll try to attack with it.
Sure.
Just throw it at him.
Yeah. Here, catch. So your attack is a miss versus the spirit. He kind of ducks out of the way, dodges out of the way. That is a miss. So let's go to
Okay,
Duty.
and then do I have
go ahead.
Movement or movements first? No,
you can do it in any order. You can do it in any order that you want to.
Okay. Well, then I will stumble back a little bit, just a couple.
Okay. Yeah, no attacks of opportunity, so that's nice, isn't it? All right, so as you kind of skim back, all of a sudden, Duty yells something that you just do not understand, and he just kind of fizzles out into nothing. And just dissipates. And then he tells you, "You do not look like Orlesians. Why are you helping this Orlesian scum?" Why? He says why a couple of times.
And then he fizzled out.
Yes.
So he did like a last call. It was like a Call of Duty.
Oh, well, he says, this Orlesian, the bearer of this, whoever he got this sword from, killed the man sitting in the chair that you see in front of you. This sword struck down Sir Victor Greenthorn. And then, all of a sudden, Aldrich, that's sitting in the chair, he says, that was not me. That was my grandfather 100 years ago. And he says, "Shut up." And you could see him, take a hit from the spirit still. And Worm, remember, you've seen this happening in the fade when you were there from your magical mishap.
Yeah, I saw that guy running and the girl running with the guy, and I saw the guys battling.
Yeah,
but
the queen fled.
Spirit bitch slapped someone.
Yeah, Sir Victor Greenthorn, he stayed at the tower, and the Orlesians, the Chevaliers, the mounted riders, they stormed the tower, and they just overwhelmed the Fereldans, and Sir Victor Greenthorn was killed by this Orlesian, by this Chevalier, and his sword was taken. And it's the same sword that you see that Valos is wielding now. And Duty, he is saying, "Why are you helping this Orlesian? The queen needs to be saved." And she's been, and you guys know history of Ferelden and stuff. You guys would know that Queen Moria has been dead for 70, 80 years now. And her grandson, which you are supposed to meet now, you guys are thinking, hey, I'm giving you the information here. You're meeting Duncan at the docks with this Aldrich LaPointe, and you're supposed to go to the capital of Denerim, and you're supposed to meet with the king, King Callan, which is the grandson of Queen Moria. So, Duty, go ahead.
Yeah, so just when he says, "Why are you helping this Orlesian?" I will yell back that because we are at peace with the Orlesians, and we serve the grandson of your queen, and he's told us to bring this Orlesian to him.
Yeah, and you guys are allied with Orlais. I mean, you have been for many years because of the last blight that was 40 years ago. Everyone had to ally with one another to beat the Darkspawn. And, there's been peace ever since. And, this is all common knowledge that you guys would know. And as you mentioned that to Duty, he says, "What?" And Aldrich, sitting in the chair, he says, It is true. My grandfather has been dead for many years, and I inherited the sword from him. I did not kill this Greenthorn." So why don't you give me a, give me a check there, Valos, and give me a, I would say give me a communication, and if you have any kind of bargaining, if you have persuasion,
No, I don't have anything like that, so it'll be a.
Just
it'll
give
be
me
a
a
straight
communication. Yeah, just give me a straight communication. All right.
That's all right.
So let's see.
If you have hand jobbery, you can add a +2.
Hand jobbery. Jesus.
Only your characters take that, Worm.
He's using both of those skills simultaneously as the perception check at the door, listening to his parents. Oh my
That's
goodness.
it. And then you take the mighty blow stunt, so it all works out.
Wow. So Valus, the spirit reappears, Duty reappears, and he's looking straight at you, and he tells you, so what you're saying is the war is over, the queen is dead, also the man who killed Sir Victor Greenthorn is dead, and this is his grandson. So where has all this time gone?
Time has passed you by. We are generations away from your war. The queen was saved, but she's died of old age now, and her grandson has the throne now.
It is not my war, my friends. I am just a spirit from the Fade, and I witness this. I witness this one man, Sir Victor Greenthorn, hold off against many of these Orlesians, fought him to his death, and that inspired me to keep an eye on this tower and to wait for more Orlesians, the Orlesians to attack again. And that is why I attacked this Orlesian here, riding into the valley. I killed his men, and I wanted to kill him as well. But if time has gone by, then there is no need for me to protect the tower anymore.
There is nothing to protect. Time has turned it, has forgotten this place, and that is not an invading army, but a diplomat.
I see. So as he reappears, he kind of maneuvers around the table, and he just kind of whisks his hand, Jedi mind tricks, and the ropes that are basically holding the arms of the Orlesian Audric LaPointe kind of fall to the ground, and his hand starts to conjure a greenish type of aura, and then he lays it on the top of the head of Audric LaPointe, and his eyes kind of brighten up a little bit, sort of like you guys know magic. This is a healing spell, and so Duty comes out here, and he asks everyone to join hands. He wants to see for himself, and he holds his hands out, and he says, "Everyone, join hands. I want to see if all of this is true or not. And if you are lying to me, I will kill every single one of you." And he holds his hands out.
Very tentatively, Valos reaches up and
Does everybody join hands, or?
and then holds Skur's hand. Like, well, let's just do this, guys. We obviously can't hurt him.
Ilgrim kind of elbows Pete in the back. It's like, you take his hand, man.
So as you guys all,
I begrudgingly do it.
gather around, you all hold hands, and it feels like, your soul has been ripped out of your body. I mean, you're not taking any damage or anything like that, but it feels like your body has been ripped out, and almost now you're flying, and you're flying at such a high rate of speed, and you're flying to the east, and Denerim, the capital city of Denerim, just gets closer and closer and closer, and as you fly in, and you're everybody, you're all holding hands, flying together, and Duty is with you, and you can see King Callan. He's given a speech on the balcony of his castle to a massive, adoring crowds of tens of thousands of people. And then all of a sudden you're whisked away and you're taken to the Kokari wilds, and you're barely over the tops of the trees, and you're flying at such a great rate of speed, and then all of a sudden you come to this massive swamp. And in this swamp, in the middle of nowhere in the Kokari wilds, there's all kinds of war machines. There's all kinds of holes dug into the ground where you can see that darkspawn are being created. So, as Duncan had mentioned, he mentioned that there is a possible blight that is coming in the future. Usually they happen every 40 to 50 years, he mentioned. And then you guys are put back into your bodies, back into the Wizard Tower, back into the Tower of Greenthorn. And he says, I am so sorry for being ignorant, my friends. Time has gotten the best of me. He says, I appreciate what you all have done to seek peace between Orlais and Ferelden. I can live in peace now and not have this on my mind. And he says, I wish all of you luck. And then he just dissipates and fades into nothing.
And I drop Gur's hand immediately and start wiping it on my shirt. Well, that was pretty weird.
Yeah, it seems like he's gone back to the Fade. I mean, he said he was from the Fade, so.
Well, Point, are you all right?
But the tower is okay, right? It's not dissolving or anything?
No, it's not. No.
All right, good deal. Just making sure.
No, you haven't, it seems like he left the tower, so it's not like you guys are ripped into the Fade and are stuck into the Fade like you were at one point.
Well, good job, Valos.
Of course.
You beat that contest roll by 1.
It was a 10.
Yep, he rolled a 10, a 5, 2, and a 3. And I was gonna kill you guys if you failed that that persuasion or that communication. He was gonna rip you guys.
Well, I was going to backstab everybody.
Speaking out of, you were gonna backstab. Is that why